Here I go on a business meeting. 4-hour round trip drive. Figured I'd use the opportunity to take some footage, B-roll and this sort of vlogger type shit. See if I can edit it together into something entertaining in whatever the software is you use for that shit. Anyway, it's not really a point to this other than having some content to practice with. Maybe I'll put a title up. Make it real documentary style. Real fat, blocky, like Helvetica title cards. Like, what's his face? Wes Anderson uses all the time. Right now, I could put one up that says, leaving Jasper, Texas. Something to think about. I'll be doing a lot of thinking. I got a 4-hour fucking drive. Then I gotta stop and get some B-roll, because apparently crispy B-roll is important. And apparently the rule for the crispy B-roll, I don't know why it's called crispy, but I heard a vlogger guy say that. And he has many followers. That's why I listen. But apparently the B-roll is just sort of slow motion stuff or video of stuff that's just kind of out there. There's really nothing out here now. I'm just driving through this back road from my house to the big highway that I will be on for about an hour and a half. And maybe I'll pull over and I'll shoot some footage of people driving by and I'll put it in slow motion to make some of that crispy B-roll. Of course, I bet you they will already be driving slow. Too slow for me. A lot of this is one-lane bullshit. And the dude in front of me is always going way too slow. And what's funny is the guy behind me always thinks it's my fucking fault. Even if there's no one in front of me and I'm driving like 75, the guy behind me's just gotta go 76. Fuck those guys. Anyway, I'll check in later. See ya. Figured you should know that I just left Woodville, Texas. Home of the Fighting Badgers, or Beavers, or Woodchucks, whatever their team is, and I'm sure won a championship some point between 1937 and 2019. A little known fact about Woodville is they have a Jack-in-the-Box. I drove right past it. The box was jacked. That's means it was busy. A lot of people at the drive-thru. That's what they say. I hear that's the lingo at Jack-in-the-Box. If the manager calls up, says you guys busy, the employee, all hip to the lingo, says this box is jacked, dude. Meaning there's a lot of people there and the manager's happy. When the manager hears this box is jacked, he leans back like this in his lazy boy because he knows that he's got a lot of cash coming into the bank in the morning. But that's it. Next stop, Livingston, Texas. Little known fact about them is they also have a Jack-in-the-Box. Let's see if their box is jacked. Yeah, so that Jack-in-the-Box does not look too busy. I hope they don't close down. You know, another little known fact about Livingston, Texas. I think I might have said we're in Jasper. No, we left Jasper. We're in Livingston, Texas. They used to have a Schlotzsky's here. Little known fact. I had planned on maybe stopping for a socially distanced sandwich there, because if you've never been to Schlotzsky's, you should know they have the best sandwiches in the fucking world. They put Subway to shame. But anyway, that little known fact, that Schlotzsky's closed down. I guess people in Livingston don't have the sophisticated palates that enable the Schlotzsky's to stay open. But we're about to hit the road. Oh, little known fact about Livingston is this is the last Jack-in-the-Box between here and the Texas border. There is no more Jack-in-the-Boxes in Texas. Only 2 in Texas are Woodville and Livingston, Texas. 3. There's 1 in Jasper, too. But from here all the way to the west border of Texas, there's not a Jack-in-the-Box until you cross the border into whatever the other state is. New Mexico, Utah, might be Michigan, I don't know. I'm at a lake. Might be Lake Livingston, because I'm right outside of Livingston. Could have a totally different name that I'm not aware of. That is quite likely as well. Behind me, you can see the contents of the lake. It is comprised of mostly water. It goes this far, and then it stops where there's a road, and vehicles drive on that road toward that way or that way. Quite a feat of engineering, actually, when you think about it. I'm a little disappointed in that I lost the little bracket for my selfie stick deal to hold my phone, so I'm just holding it with my hand. I know that's not very pro for you pro vloggers are just gonna mock and make fun of me for that shit. But look, I'm making do, man. Anywho, I pulled over to get some of that B-roll I keep hearing so much about, and thought I would just do an in-person deal for you people. The Jack in the Box was back over that way somewhere. Again, last one we're gonna see until we hit Utah or Michigan, but we're not going that far. So the Jack in the Box shit stops right now, unless I forget and I end up talking about it on the way back. So I don't think I ever mentioned the purpose of this little road trip I'm taking today, and decided to document in a vlog. I'm meeting a buddy of mine who lives in Austin. I live way the hell over in Jasper County. That's like a 5-hour drive between one way, Jasper to Austin. I bought an amp from a dude, guitar amp, called a Bugera 6260. It's their version of the EVH 5150. Guitar people will know what I'm talking about. Anyway, I bought that off a friend of mine who's also in Austin. And so my other buddy picked up the amp from him, and I'm meeting him halfway between Austin and Jasper. And the meeting point is a cemetery that just happens to be exactly dead center between the two of us, called the Oddfellows Cemetery in Anderson, Texas. A teeny tiny, very old, ancient, pretty sure it's probably haunted cemetery, founded by the Oddfellows. The Oddfellows, from the minimal research I've done, are very much a Masons kind of thing. They're a secret society that was founded, I think, way over in England in the 15, 14 somethings, when warehouses, factories, whatever, were starting to unionize there. And so there was like the basket makers union, and the orchard farmers union, and the wagon wheel makers union and stuff. But if you were just a guy, basically like a freelancer back then, and did odd jobs, there was no union for you, because there wasn't one thing you did. And so they founded their own thing called the Oddfellows, which weren't fellows who were bizarre and creepy or stupid or off in some way. These were people who did odd jobs, and they basically formed the Oddfellows to be like their union or something like that. And it evolved, and they came over here in the U.S. God damn, that's bumpy. Now they were a secret society. They do good for people. No nefarious, Illuminati type stuff from these guys, as far as I know. As far as we've been led to believe. But anywho, they have an old cemetery in Little Anderson, Texas. And that's where I'm meeting my buddy to pick up this amp. So there, if you needed a reason for it. And also, I'm shooting the footage just to practice making a vlog. So this is probably going to be super fucking boring, but it's like practice for me. Oh, hey! I was listening to a podcast on the Bluetooth radio in the truck here, and for whatever reason I just stopped. I don't know why. I got 4 bars, 4G LTE, the best 4G you could get. 5G gives you cancer and COVID. So I hear. Anyway, the podcast just stopped playing. So I figured I'd check in and bitch about it. Oh, what's the name of the podcast, you ask? It's called Case File. It's done by an Australian bloke. Very good. Goes into a lot of crime. Very bad crime, where people are murdered or worse. Or sometimes not as worse, but still pretty bad. And I like this podcast a lot, even though it's extremely disturbing and depressing and upsetting. I listen to it a lot. So much so that many times when I'm just out walking or jogging, I fully expect to find a dead body hiding in the bushes. Well, I guess not hidden in the bushes. Dead bodies don't hide. They are hidden in the bushes. Luckily, I've never come across a dead body. And if I did, first guy I would call is Mr. Case File, let him know about it. But anyway, I just left Huntsville, Texas, where they have a big prison right in the middle of town, which is kind of weird. Not a small little courthouse jail. I mean, like it's a big prison. County jail. County prison? Anyway, it's full of bad people. Case File type people, I'm sure. Didn't see a single fucking Jack-in-the-Box, though. Crazy. It's getting a little dark. It's only 2 o'clock, but the clouds are rolling in. Some pretty mean-looking clouds, and it doesn't bode well for a guy visiting a lonely old forgotten cemetery. I might end up on Case File myself. Well, here I am, the Oddfellow Cemetery, and wouldn't you know, the creepy bad weather's rolling in. But here's a look at it behind me. I'll do a walkthrough and get some crispy B-roll of it. Put some cool, respectful I hope I haven't upset the Oddfellows people. At any rate, I'm gonna go shoot some B-roll for you kids. And maybe when I look back at it, I'll have caught some cool orbs. So the deal's been done. I met my buddy at the Oddfellows Cemetery. I'm about to leave now. It's starting to rain. I didn't get my buddy on camera. COVID. I didn't want to get too close to the guy. And honestly, I'm doing him a little favor because the camera's not too good on that guy. He's pretty good looking up close if you squint and cock your head, but on camera, it's quite a beast. But I got the amp here. Let me just tilt this and you can see it. Bugera 6260, the cheaper alternative to the EVH 5150 made by my favorite boy, Eddie Van Halen, best guitar player who ever lived or who ever will live. Sorry, Joe Satriani, Steve Vai, all you guys who think you're so hot. Way better than me. But I don't know, just got a thing for EVH. What do they call that? A bromance? No, I don't know. He's a good guitar player. He's my favorite. Anyway, I'm going to head back now. It's starting to rain, and I'm getting the fucking creeps. Yeah, it's pouring rain. Wonderful. Mother Nature, she's quite a prankster. Well, I'm almost home. Excited to edit together these clips and snippets, scribblets, if you will, into an epic vlog, my first ever vlog. Hopefully it will go well. I appreciate you guys in the future who watch this sticking with it. I hope you like it. I think I checked a lot of the boxes for a successful vlog episode. I was talking to you people directly. I got multiple locations, including a potentially haunted cemetery under overcast skies. I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot of orbs in that footage when I check it out again. A lot of crispy B-roll. Can't wait to edit that in and slow it down or speed it up or whatever it is I'm going to do. And what else? Oh, the most important part I totally forgot about in the beginning, or even to mention throughout this. And this is literally the most important part. Ding the bell And give me a thumbs up and a comment and subscribe and all that crap. Otherwise, I'm going to spiral down into a fit of massive despair and depression. And you will too, because I won't ever do this again. Anyway, thank you, and I look forward to doing another one very soon, or not.